Hi guys. I just want to talk through how to draw a force diagram before you go through the balanced and unbalanced forces Nearpod. So the Nearpod is going to explain that forces can be drawn as arrows, and the bigger the arrow, the bigger the force. So if I draw an arrow like this, that means that there's more force than if I draw an arrow, say, like this. Okay, and the direction is also indicated by the force. So if I'm pushing to the right, my arrow is going to the right. But if I'm pushing to the left, that means my arrow has to go to the left. You're going to have to draw a lot of force diagrams in this class. So here's how I draw force diagrams and how I'm going to expect you to draw force diagrams. So whatever object it is, it doesn't matter. It could be a box, it could be a mug, it could be a chair, it could be a person. I just draw a box to indicate this is an object. And then I draw all of my forces going outward. So if I have a person pushing on a box, even though the person is pushing on the left side of the box, they are pushing on the right. So pushing to the right. So I draw my arrow pushing to the right. Okay. So let's think about a situation where we just have, I don't know, an apple sitting on a table. If an apple's just sitting on a table, okay, here's my little apple. We'll pretend it's not floating. Give it a stem. If I'm going to draw the forces, there are two that I care about most. I, of course, have force of gravity. I have the weight of the earth pushing down. And really, by pushing, I mean pulling, because it's not like the atmosphere is pushing down on the apple. What's happening is the apple is attracted to the massive earth that's near it, so it's going towards it. It's got a force of attraction towards the center of the earth, so that's why it's pushing down. But it's not floating off into space. It's not sinking into the ground. This apple is just sitting here not moving. That means that there has to be a force to balance it out, and we call that force normal. So I'm just going to call that Fn. Okay, so force gravity pushing down, force normal pushing up. That's the table pushing back up on the apple. So make sure you get this diagram and this example in your notes. Another thing we want to think about is sideways motion. So let's think of an example where there's sideways motion. In the Nearpod, it's going to have an example of a tug-of-war rope. So you'll just draw our box to indicate our rope. We could draw a rope. We're just going to draw a box. And we know that we have one person pulling to the right and another person pulling to the left. That's just how I want you to draw your force arrows, guys, and your force diagrams. So when you go through the Nearpod, make sure you're taking your notes, and even though they have their arrows drawn elsewhere, I want you to draw in your notes arrows on boxes like I am right now. All right, good luck on your Nearpod. See you in class.